This is the 14th part of our second lesson on saying please. So open your books, page number 19, and from this line, first line on page number 19, we are going to start this part. He would have had a victory. Now listen carefully. He would have had a victory not only over the boor. Meaning of this word is given here in the blue line. Boor, it means a rude, insensitive person, but over himself, and that is the victory that counts. See the meaning of this word counts. Counts, it means important or valuable or considerable. So what is the writer is trying to tell us here? He would have had the victory not only over the poor but over himself. So what kind of victory? And who? The lift man. If didn't behave very rudely with the passenger and didn't throw that passenger out of the lift, and instead of this the lift man behaved very politely, used courtesy in his behavior, so that would be a very great victory of that lift man. And this victory not only over that poor person. Who is the poor person? That passenger is the poor person. Poor person, it means very rude person. So this victory not only on that poor person, but this victory is for the lift man also, and this victory is very important in life, is very valuable in life. It's a very considerable victory in our life. The polite man loses the material advantages, but he always has the spiritual victory. So it is said, in this very cruel world, if anybody is behaving very politely, anybody use courtesy in his behavior, so that person we can generally see doesn't have much material or luxurious thing towards him, belonging to him, of his own personal property. But the most important thing, which is our spirit, those people have victory on the spirit of their own, not only victory on the spirit, on the heart, inner heart of their own, but they have victory on the heart of other peoples which were around them. I comment. See the meaning of this word? Comment. Comment, it means advise, suggest, or tell. I comment to the lift man a story of Chesterfield. So for this victory on our spirit, for this the writer is wanted to tell a story of a great poet, and the name of that great poet is Chesterfield. In his time, the London streets were without the pavements. See the meaning of this word, pavements. Pavements, it means footpaths. So in the time of Chesterfield, that time in London, along the road, beside the road, there were no footpaths, pavements for the people walking. But instead of that, what were along the road, beside the road? And the man who took the wall had the driest foot. Dry, it means not wet. Driest foot, it means not wet foot or dry foot. Then others. So in the Chesterfield's time in London, beside the road there were no footpath, no pavement for the walking, for the people to walk on that. But instead of that, there were a wall, and people used that wall to walk as a footpath. And if someone is coming from in front of us, so that person had to go down, or we have to, otherwise we have to jump down. Otherwise, two people can cross each other on that wall, because that wall was very thin. So why were there wall, and why people were walking on that wall? Because in England, in London, any time rain can start, and anytime we can see there water on the road, and if there is some kind of soil, so we can see wet soil, mud on that road or beside the road. Therefore, people were using that wall to walk. And the man who took the wall had the driest footing. I never give the wall to the scoundrel. See the meaning of this word, scoundrel. Scoundrel, it means weak person. Said a man who met Chesterfield one day in the street. So one day, what happened? Chesterfield were walking on that wall, and one person was walking from another side, opposite side on that wall. When they came in front of each other, that time the man said to Chesterfield that I will not give a place or this wall to this scoundrel, wicked person. This man said Chesterfield a scoundrel, a weak person. This man used very bad word for Chesterfield. Scoundrel, said the man who met Chesterfield one day in the street. I always do, said Chesterfield. But Chesterfield didn't be angry, didn't use any bad words, abusing words, and he said, what he said? I always do. So what is the inner meaning of this sentence? So Chesterfield wanted to say that I always leave a wall for the scoundrel people like you. This is the inner meaning of this sentence. Without using any abusing word, he said that person, you are scoundrel, not I am. Stepping with a bow. See the meaning of this word bow? Bow, it means bending down. Stepping with a bow into the road. Then when those people, a man and Chesterfield came in front of each other. Chesterfield jumped down and said, "You go." Why? Because I always give the world for the scoundrel people. I hope the liftman will agree that his revenge was much more sweetened than if he had flung. What is the meaning of this word flung? Flung, it is past and past participle of fling. So what is the meaning of fling? Fling, it means throw. I hope the liftman will agree that the revenge was much more sweetened than if he had flung the fellow, it means man, into the mud. Mud, it means wet soil. So here the writer is trying to tell us that about the liftman's revenge. When that passenger didn't say please to the liftman, this liftman threw that passenger out of the lift and took his revenge. Then the liftman felt satisfied that I threw that person out of this lift because he didn't say please to me. Now the writer says, if there were mud, wet soil, and this liftman threw that passenger on that mud, in that wet soil, so that time it may be possible this liftman may be more pleased. He may be more sweetened by his heart. There will be some sweetened feelings in his heart. Why? Because he threw that person in the mud. In this way, this lesson ends here. Thank you very much. Have a good day to all of you.